Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Dathomir Nights. This is multimedia performance artist MaxXandaux, and I'll be your Night Sister host. Along with me is my co-host, Michael. Say hi, Michael.
Hi.
This podcast was previously recorded on Sunday, August 23rd, 2015.
Last night I went to outer space and oh my, it's in me, it's in me. Let's go. Start beat, heartbeat, start beat, heartbeat, start beat, heartbeat.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about first is the we had left out last week a couple of things, which is okay. So we're going to talk about the Force Awakens poster that was revealed at D23. We have artwork by Drusen, if I'm saying that name correctly. He's the artist that has been doing all the Star Wars posters for the past, I guess, as long as...
Since the beginning, right?
Yeah. And what do you notice about this, Michael?
Well, I noticed several things, but the first thing we noticed is that Finn has a lightsaber.
Oh my god.
And not only does he have a lightsaber, but it looks like it's Luke's/Anakin's lightsaber.
Yeah. At least that's what we can kind of make out that it probably is. So does he know how to use the lightsaber? Is he Force sensitive? Is he a Jedi? I mean, this poster creates a lot of questions.
It kind of implies that he knows how to use a lightsaber.
And the way he's standing, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, he's holding it, not like just somebody... I would think that if I picked up a sword and didn't know how to use it, I'd probably just have one hand on it, thinking that I could control it like that. And he's all two-handed.
Right.
So yeah, it would imply, I mean, that's kind of like the international symbol for Jedi when they hold a lightsaber. Although we don't know if it means anything, what it would mean.
So yeah, so Finn has a lightsaber, which was kind of like a revelation, I guess. We weren't expecting that, which is cool. It'll be interesting to find out, if in fact he is a Jedi. And the reason that I kind of say that is because of the whole deal with Kylo Ren also. Since we don't really know, we just know that he's with the Knights of Ren, but we don't really know what that is, if they're actually like Sith or what. So that's kind of interesting. Open for interpretation, at least right now. And in the center we have Rey, who's holding her staff. Michael noted the other day that she's kind of she's in the center. So on one side we see the light, and on the other we see the dark with Kylo Ren.
And the TIE Fighters.
And so Michael had mentioned that, with Rey being in the middle, maybe she's somewhat of a character that...
But you thought balance.
Well, because you mentioned she was in the center.
Yeah, kind of balancing out the picture.
Mm-hmm. So, is she Force sensitive? Because again, we still really don't know what she is, other than that she's a scavenger.
And then we assume she's integral to the Star Wars universe.
Right. And at the bottom, we have Han Solo with his blaster.
He's Han Solo, bitch.
He's Han Solo flex. And then at the very bottom, we have what looks like... originally, we had thought that it was Bespin from Cloud City, where Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. However, those patterns tend to be very common amongst at least the Empire, I guess now, the First Order, in their ships and Death Star and stuff like that. So that's probably either on one of this...
probably Starkiller Base.
Right. And the Starkiller Base we're also kind of referencing with some of the toys that we had seen from Hasbro, which we'll talk about later on.
And, kind of looking at it more, I guess, like, maybe that's Rey's leg coming up from the base, or maybe that's just a piece of a wall or something, like, but it almost implies to me that Starkiller Base is going to be in space. Here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking about that last week, where we weren't sure if it was going to be planet-based or space-based or what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it looks like it might be space-based.
Space-based. Starkiller base. So, the artist had done an interview saying, and I'm reading from Screen Rant, I've never worked with JJ before, and so we started working on it, and he showed me like half the movie, and it was just a wonderful film, and I know it's going to be grand. I got to read the script, and subsequently I've seen half of it, and I can tell you and the fans this. Honest to God, it is far away probably going to be the best Star Wars you've ever seen. So that's surprising that he said that. He continues to say that it's beautifully made, and it's a wonderful story. To me, the new poster represents the film, the spirit of the film, the new characters, the battle again to find the truth, to grow up, to find the purpose in life. It's all those things that Star Wars had to be and still. And is still. And I hope to represent that again, and I hope to represent that again to the new generation, to a new generation. And he had also mentioned that he had, I guess this image came to him in a dream, or while he was dreaming, and had done several versions, and the one that they ended up choosing was this one, which is the one that he dreamt about first, or
And speaking of dreams,
didn't
you recently have?
I had a strange dream with J.J. Abrams, or about J.J. Abrams. He had invited us to go see The Force Awakens. It was kind of like a special screening or something. It was a special screening, and it was in a really small theater. So we were on the right side of the theater, and it was a pretty good crowd. Eventually, everyone kind of emptied out because they were starting to sell something either outside or downstairs or somewhere. I don't know if it was merchandise or whatever, but everyone left. And so there were only a few of us there. Then the movie started, and there were a couple people in there, so we went into the center to watch the movie. And you sat down, and then there was a space, and then there was another guy sitting down with his legs crossed. And I asked to sit next to him, and he said that he needed leg room. So basically he was telling me, no, bitch.
Was he a big guy?
No, I guess he thought he had big balls or something, and he had to open his legs kind of wide.
Well, maybe he does have big balls.
Yeah, whatever. I ended up sitting in the row behind you, and the first thing I noticed is that the fucking movie screen was the size of a small TV. And I was perplexed by that because, why did you make such a big deal about it, and you're going to show the movie that you directed on a small screen? It wasn't even digital. It was like one of those, the old, TVs. So I guess getting back to
like a tube TV.
Yeah. It
wasn't like one of those.
It wasn't small, but it was
big HD TVs that are like super heavy.
No.
It was like older than that.
It was older than that.
Yeah.
So the movie took place on planet Earth, which was weird, modern day. And I was thinking to myself, okay, this has got to pick up somewhere. Eventually it did, but I don't remember. I didn't remember in the dream. And the movie finished, and I was just confused. And I turned to my right, and JJ sitting next to me, and I asked him, why did you pick this theater? And he says, well, the sound is really good.
Which is the most important thing when you're watching a movie.
So I was confused, and I remember leaving and just thinking to myself, okay, well, I don't remember the movie, but I can watch it tomorrow, because it's out in theater, so I'll just watch it tomorrow. And
so this wasn't like the premiere?
It was like a special screening, I think. But so like everyone skipped out and didn't really see it because they were buying stuff. It was weird, a weird dream.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the fuck that meant.
You're gonna have to Google it. Ask Siri.
No, she doesn't know shit.
Siri knows everything.
So that was my dream.
It was a good dream.
I've had better.
Well, but you got to see Star Wars.
And I don't remember what it was.
Well, the other bit of news from last week was Disney parks.
Yeah, the Disney parks that are coming out.
And I guess looking at the Entertainment Weekly Star Killer base, though, it's got those vertical white lights, not the horizontal red ones. Like in the poster. So I'm wondering.
But in the pictures that I've seen of the toys that came out, there was like a Hasbro catalog that came out. There is specifically a toy. It's a Star Destroyer, but it opens up. It's a little playset, and it looks like it's Star Killer base with the red lighting, and which I'll talk about in a minute.
The toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Disneyland.
So they announced several things.
What?
I guess they announced not only upcoming things, I guess it's faster, would be this launch bay, Disney or Star Wars launch bay, which is going to offer peeks of Star Wars, The Force Awakens. They say it's going to be later this year. It doesn't say at which park, or if it's going to be at both parks. So we don't really know what really to expect from that.
And that's going to be at Disney, right? At the parks?
Yeah. And then they've announced their Season of the Force, which we don't know when that's going to be or if it's going to be at the same time, but they did say it's going to be different at both of the parks. They're going to be doing exclusive things in the Anaheim park and exclusive things in the Orlando park.
And which one are you going to go to, Michael?
Well, of course. Well, and that sucks because they're doing Hyperspace Mountain. They're rebranding Space Mountain, and it's going to be Star Wars themed, but they're only doing that at the Anaheim park. And having grown up in Florida and having family still in Florida, in Orlando, I'm more partial to go where my family is and go to Orlando. So I won't be able to experience Hyperspace Mountain first. I mean, I'll obviously maybe one of these days go to Anaheim. I've never been to Disneyland in California.
I haven't either. I've never been to Disneyland or
Did
Disney
you even
World.
see it when you were there for Celebration?
We drove by it, and I didn't really get to look at it. And then, of course, at night,
it was all lit up.
All fireworks and
fireworks.
shit like that, scaring the shit out of me.
Really?
Night. Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it. At least when I had gone to Celebration, Star Wars Celebration, every time I was coming back, I always saw the fireworks,
Which are like at, 9 o'clock or something?
It's like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And one day, on Sunday, the last day, I came home early because the event ended early. And I was in my hotel room, and I heard pops, and I was going to...
gunshots?
I thought there were gunshots. So I kind of hit the floor.
What floor were you on?
The second floor.
Oh, okay.
But...
So there could have been ricochet.
Well, I didn't know. I just thought there were gunshots outside of my hotel room.
Aw.
So, and then it kept going on, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute! Those are the fireworks." So
you were close enough to Disney then?
Yeah, I was pretty much next to it. I mean, just look outside my hotel and just see fireworks.
Oh, nice.
So,
but you didn't see the park.
No. No, I really didn't get to go do a lot of stuff over there because I was only focused on the Star Wars Celebration stuff.
And you were just there those 4 days. Yeah.
So, and they had like panels and stuff, and you're kind of on a schedule.
Yeah.
For the most part. So,
I guess they weren't really doing anything Star Warsy because the Star Wars weekends would have been in May and June.
And that's I think in Disney
April.
World. I think that's...
Oh, that's right. That's at Disney. That's
World.
at Orlando only.
But they have some... I think that they do have some rides at Disneyland.
That are Star Wars?
Yeah, because I remember hearing Jason from MakingStarWars.net and Corey from the Wolfpack podcast. And there are guys, I remember hearing them say that they went probably like earlier in the week.
Was it only during that time? Excuse me. Was it only during like Celebration, or... Was it something that they might have had up all...
I think they have it all the time.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm not really familiar with Disneyland at all.
Yeah, I've never been.
What they have. So
I know they have a big Ferris wheel. I see it in like all the ads.
I'm afraid of to get on a Ferris wheel.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't like heights.
I have this fear of heights, and just being open like that, and knowing that if I wanted to jump out or accidentally fall out, that I could. There's no like seat belts that I remember.
No, but sometimes they're not open. I've never been to this Ferris wheel to know, but sometimes they're like glassed in.
Oh no, this is
or
open.
like plastic, whatever kind of where you can't. And I think they might lock the door from the outside so that you can't get out.
No, well, this one that we went on, it was open. And
Where was it?
Huh?
Where?
It was in San Antonio.
Oh.
And my boyfriend at the time was trying to scare the shit out of me even more, and he started shaking it, which was not cool. And I kind of like.
Were you at a carnival or were you at an amusement park? Because carnival Ferris wheels, I don't get on those.
It might have been a carnival.
Because they put those things up and take them down, and then they move on to the next city and put them up and take them down. No. Disneyland Ferris wheel, yeah, it's been there for 60 years.
It was either at a carnival or at Fiesta Texas. One of those two.
See, into that I wouldn't have a problem with it. Six Flags.
No. I can't do Ferris wheels.
Oh.
Roller coasters I love. I don't know, it's weird.
Which probably goes higher than a Ferris wheel.
It does, but knowing that you're
moving,
strapped in, and I love those. I just don't like any other rides where they drop you straight down.
No.
Cuz that scares the shit out of me, and I can't do that.
I don't understand the point of them. And I've been on them, and yeah, they scare the shit out of me.
It's the most ugliest feeling ever.
I have the best picture actually from Disney World, from the Hollywood Tower of Terror, where like whenever they put you in those things where like they'll take pictures and you have to buy them afterward. And I was there like one spring break with one of my friends from college, and she's a girl, and like,
oh, she is,
yeah, and she is like all looking straight ahead, and she's all excited, and my face is buried in her lap, like I'm like arm in arm with her. We're like linked together, and my face is buried. And I still have that photo somewhere. I should look for that.
You were kissing her crotch.
I don't think I was all the way down into her crotch, but I mean, it was like buried. I mean, it was just, I don't like dropping. That's not a fun feeling for me.
It's not. No, I went to one at Astroworld, was begged to go on, and I went on, and I think it was like a dungeon drop or something like that. And it scared the shit out of me. I screamed I don't ever remember being able to scream like that ever in my life. And I think I kind of raised off of the.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
For a minute, off of the seat.
Yeah.
It's an ugly feeling. I don't know why people
like that. And what was worse was this one, and I don't know if they still do it this way, but because I haven't been there in a really long time. But it would drop you. And I think it's like 13 stories. You go up 13 stories, and then, when you're in it, you think, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. But it turned out it was only like 5 stories that it dropped you. And then it took you back up, and then it dropped you all 13. So when I was thinking that, oh, I'm done.
Fucked up.
It starts moving back up again. I'm like, no! I'm going to die. And then I died. I feel like a Taylor Swift fan. I died. So yeah, I'm with you on those. But who knows if there's going to be any drop rides at the Star Wars parks. Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Because we'll have to skip those.
For sure.
But it looks like they're building 2 new parks, which they say is the biggest expansion that they've ever done. They're 14 acres each, and from what they said, it seems like it's going to be the same park at both, or the same land at both parks. And
these are like planets that we haven't seen before, right?
Well, it's good. It says a never before seen planet, so it seems like it's just gonna be one planet.
Okay.
But they're gonna have a trading port there, and one of the last stops before Wild Space, where Star Wars characters and their stories come to life. So I'm assuming everything there. I mean, from the concept art, it looks like it's gonna be the whole park is gonna be this one planet, like it's a total immersion experience.
That's really cool.
So clearly it's going to take some time, because they're probably looking for employees from this planet that we've never been to before.
They want to be authentic.
Well, because you've never been to Epcot Center, but in the back of Epcot Center they have like these. It's like a showcase kind of thing where it's educational, but it's entertaining at the same time, and it's all different countries. And when you go to those countries, everything there is themed that country, and it's like an immersion experience. So even it used to be you couldn't work there unless you were from those countries, and they recruited people like from France to work in France.
Oh wow.
And from China to work in China. So I mean, if if they're going to do
that planet.
this planet, they should be importing people from those planets.
Like I agree with you.
Yeah, but of course,
Let's
I mean,
keep it
obviously,
real.
it's going to be a spaceport, so you'll get other types of aliens as well. I mean,
Good.
it's not just going to be the one alien, although we have multiple kinds of creatures on our planet, so
Yeah,
I guess you could have the one planet and 12 different aliens.
totally.
But yeah, I mean, it looks good. What are your thoughts on?
I'm excited to go because I've never really been one to go to Disneyland or Disney World, the parks. But obviously, this is going to change my mind to go, and along with that, I can go and see what else other stuff they have as well. But I'll probably want to stay there for quite a long time, I'd imagine.
Oh, I'm sure it's like a whole day thing. I mean,
I'd probably want to spend the night too.
usually they don't let you
I'll just hide in one of the bushes or something,
in one of the bushes.
or I'll hide in the Millennium Falcon. And
I mean, oh yeah, so there's going to be a Millennium Falcon like ride type thing where you're piloting. I don't know if it's going to be a ride or if it's going to be like a simulator type thing. I guess that is
or like
a
the real
ride.
shit.
Or
and
it's
you
going to
can-
be the real ship and you're going to be piloting it,
Yeah.
which I would imagine it's going to mean it's very expensive to go there.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, it does. What do you think of the style of it and the
I love it. I like it looks kind of like tall, kind of does look like Geonosis type of,
like those hollowed out trees
yeah, or
or mounds of
mounds.
rock?
Yeah. Yeah, mounds of rock mixed in with plants. And I know that this is concept art, but that's fucking big.
Well, yeah, I read 14 acres, and they say that's the largest expansion they've ever done. I don't know how big 14 acres is.
I don't either.
Or no, I'm sorry, was it 14 or 14? Okay, 14 acres.
I don't know how many that is. I don't know how big that is.
10 acres is equivalent to 7.5 football fields.
That's big.
So 14 acres would be almost another, 3? So like 11 football fields big? I guess but that's just the field itself, not the stadium. But
Uh-huh.
I guess that's still pretty significant. I guess you can squeeze a lot into small space.
Yeah, be quite high, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Judging from
Because usually most of the Disney stuff is all on one level.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go up on different levels unless you're inside of a ride itself.
They might have already started,
Building it,
yeah, or working on it. I don't know.
tearing down the land or
Yeah,
whatever.
something like
Well,
that.
I assume it's going to take a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, they didn't say when it's going to open, when either one, or if they're going to open at the same time, or, I mean, they didn't give any real specifics on it, just it's in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have said the near future, but I mean,
And this is specific to only.
only the U.S. parks.
Okay. I wonder if they'll eventually get around to the other. Where do they have the other parks?
I mean, I've been
Like
to
China?
Disneyland Paris,
Mm.
and they used to have a Disney park in Tokyo, which I don't see why that would have gone away. It may have closed, though, because I know that I feel like another
what?
park would have closed, like in Germany or something at some time. I thought I had heard in that when they were just announcing, when they made the announcement in that YouTube clip, I think that he said something about Hong Kong. But I don't know if that's coming or if it's... So they've got resorts at Disneyland, Disney World, Tokyo Disney, Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Shanghai Disney Resort. So I'm assuming if they have a resort at each of those places, they probably have a park at each of those places as well.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
So I'm really excited because I know you've never been, but I mean, I love Disney. I used to go to Disney like all the time. It's definitely one of my most favorite places to be. And I think I spent my 25th birthday at Disneyland Paris.
Oh, you did?
I mean, I don't think I did. I did. Or no, it was my 26th birthday
Oh,
at Disneyland Paris.
like cute.
I know. And I have some glorious hat wear to remind myself of it.
So, on to our next topic, which is the Hasbro Force Awakens toy line. Actually, the catalog had leaked. I don't think they officially announced it yet, or I don't think they officially had an announcement.
Spoiler, there are going to be toys.
Really?
Who knew that they would do merchandising for this movie?
I know. I mean, we didn't know which toys were going to come out.
I mean, I don't think I've seen the catalog, but I mean, does it break it down by different like waves of toys, or is it all just what's coming out initially?
I think probably for now it's going to be. I don't think these are future waves. I think it's what's going to come out now.
Okay.
We have it's a Hasbro Ultimate Guide to the Galaxy, and it has Kylo Ren on it with the First Order Stormtroopers in the back. Then it gives us a breakdown of all the different types of lines or different toys, like the blasters and masks, Star Wars blade builder lightsabers.
What do you mean blade builder lightsaber?
Oh, it's they're lightsabers that you can build in like different all these weird shapes. I'll show you what they look like in a minute.
Okay. Like a Lego type thing? Like you
no,
put it together?
they're
Oh, I guess you'll tell me about it.
yeah. I'll show you. We have the 3.75 inch figures and vehicles, the 12-inch figures and vehicles, Micro Machines, vehicles and playsets.
Which is just crazy to me. I haven't heard of Micro Machines in forever.
I haven't either. Furbaka and remote control BB-8. Yay!
Oh, there's going to be a Furbaka. I mean, there's going to be a BB-8. Oh, I guess that's
Remote
different.
control.
It's not going to be a Furby
No.
BB-8.
Mm-mm. Then the Black Series figures and vehicles, Black Series Titanium Series, Black Series Force FX lightsabers. So I'm going to kind of jump around because of the way I have them on here. So we have the Black Series Force FX lightsabers, which have Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Jody, as Michael's grandmother calls Yoda, Jody, and a Darth Vader lightsaber.
And are those like people sized, or are they like? I mean, is it like something that someone like me would hold and it would look real, or is it something that's like not built to scale? It's like a miniature that's just meant to be on display.
It's real. I mean,
it's
a
to
full
scale.
size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. The lights. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah.
The colors.
How many Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Yodas are they going to keep making? I mean,
until time ends.
We're always getting those. The Black Series, Titanium Series. You know, I'm only going to end up really getting the stuff for The Force Awakens because unless
you say that, but you're going to end up saying, "Oh, I never got a Millennium Falcon."
Unless it looks really cool, you know, I'll get it. But I typically tend to just stick with.
You do love Boba Fett, so I don't know. Slave 1, or is that Slave 2?
Slave 1. So the Titanium Series, we have Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder, the Millennium Falcon, the First Order Star Destroyer, Slave 1, and their small ships like on stands for display. And
we noticed that the First Order Star Destroyer looks different, but similar.
Right. It doesn't have the tower.
No, and actually it looks like it's got a different kind of like a shape. Like it looks thinner.
Yeah.
More narrow, I guess, and less
bulky.
Yeah, it's more streamlined.
Right. Very triangular. And then this is really going to be cool. Rey Speeder on Jakku. It's the one that looks like the chocolate fudgesicle shit.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Like the fudgesicle.
Yeah, I mean,
pops.
Like I expect to see more of like a popsicle stick coming out from a fudgesicle, and that's not really a popsicle stick shape, but no, I see that the speeder itself is kind of shaped like a popsicle.
Yeah.
Like a fudgesicle or a creamsicle.
And we have Luke Skywalker's. Well, not Luke Skywalker's. It's the X-wing. It just says X-wing, but we're assuming that it's
probably the old one.
Luke's. Yeah. Yeah, it's from Episode 4. And then we have the Y-wing. And these are all the Titanium series. I mean, these are nice for like displaying. I love spaceships, vehicles, because I like the designs.
They're not real.
No, they're real.
There are no spaceships.
No, they're real. They exist.
No.
Yes, they do.
No.
I'm sorry.
There's no such thing as aliens.
There are. There are. So then we also have the Resistance X-wing, which is in a blue color, a blue lining, which is really cool. I hope they make a large one of that eventually.
You mean like for a regular action figure?
Yeah.
What are the small ones? 6 inches?
3.75.
3.75 inches.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they will make
I hope so.
An X-wing for that.
And then we have the First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. I think I skipped one. Kylo Ren's command shuttle.
Yeah, which looks a lot like the old Imperial shuttle, but
yeah, I want to ride in that with him.
You want to do everything
with him.
Oh dear.
No, I mean I want to go for a ride.
I know what you meant by cruising. Why would you want to cruise for anyone else when you've got Kylo Ren?
And then we have the TIE Fighter, a Special Forces TIE Fighter.
And is that with the red?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we have the Black Series 6-inch vehicle with figure. Now, this one comes with a 6-inch First Order TIE Fighter pilot. It's an elite figure. What's really cool about this TIE Fighter is that it's black, big red.
No, it's just like a block of
Red.
like color blocking. Do we know why that's there?
And even the TIE Fighter pilots have like red on their helmets. I know that's not a good picture, but now this thing is fucking huge. Like your head is as big as the center of the TIE Fighter. And I think this one's going for $170.
It's crazy.
I'm getting it, and
Of
I'm
course
crazy
you
enough to
are.
get it.
And so you mentioned before that it's inverted, the color scheme.
Right. Instead of normally the TIE Fighters were white or
Kind of like gray.
gray and black. The panels are now actually the whole thing is black and white. Yeah, they flipped the color scheme for the First Order. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. It looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's noise. It's different.
It's
It's
noise.
unusual.
It is. We had the Black Series 6-inch figures. This one was released or showcased at San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, do you want to say what it is?
Oh, I'm telling you first.
You're like this one.
It's the First Order Stormtrooper that came out. It was first went on sale at San Diego Comic-Con. I think it sold out like really quick. I heard that people were like getting in fights in line.
to buy one.
Yeah.
I mean, if they only had so many and it was exclusive.
Yeah, but well,
I mean, I guess it's gonna actually be in stores.
yeah.
So, but I guess the whole I had it first, and or I want to sell it on eBay for a really lot of money.
And those are probably the people that were making the bigger fuss.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably had a limit on how many you could buy.
I think there was.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
I think.
imagine because you know that people in that kind of situation are gonna just
Mm-hmm.
buy them to sell them.
Yeah. And then we have Chewbacca,
Buckachu.
6-inch. They seem to be having more stuff with him in this line. We have the Black Series 6-inch Rey with BB-8. So just to clarify what the Black Series is, it's just the higher point of articulation, like all the joints. So we have Rey with her staff and in her desert getup from Jakku and BB-8. Yay. I'll get that. And then we also have Kylo Ren, of course. This one looks really cool.
It really does.
It's really, really nice. He has his lightsaber. Looks like it's spilling over on the sides. Looks very different from the 5-inch the 5-point articulation.
Yeah.
Which obviously they're meant to be different. And then here we have Chewbacca.
Which I thought Furby was like dead and gone, but I guess they're back and they're better than ever because now it's Chewbacca. It's
Yay.
branded that way.
Furbacca.
Well, Furbacca.
Furbacca.
Oh, I guess they've been back since 2012.
So I'm sorry, it's just the way that I have these, I guess, saved. But I did leave out one, which is a part of the Black Series 6-inch figures. We have Finn, and he looks really cool. He's wearing black pants, like a gray shirt, and I like his...
He's wearing shoes, like normal shoes.
Yeah, they look like kind of like space tennis shoes.
But more than that,
What?
he's holding a blaster,
Oh my gosh.
which we've never seen a Jedi in a Star Wars movie hold a blaster, have we?
Yeah. I mean, Luke Skywalker.
Well,
had his-
before he was a Jedi, though.
Well, I remember
After the
he would
training,
he had both of them. He had a blaster and his lightsaber. Especially in Empire Strikes Back, he did.
he used a
and-
blaster in Empire.
And Kanan also uses a blaster and his lightsaber.
Isn't his lightsaber a blaster?
No,
Or is that
that's Ezra's.
Ezra? Okay.
Yeah. So he's got his like a beige color.
What, his jacket? Oh,
Yeah.
his blaster?
Yeah, his jacket.
Yeah.
His resistance jacket.
It's the same colors. I think Poe Dameron has the same jacket, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In one of them.
I think that's all of the Black Series figures. And then we're moving on to the Micro Machine play sets. We have the First Order Star Destroyer play set. This opens up, let me see, comes with Finn from Jakku and Kylo Ren micro figures. First Order, the comes with a First Order TIE Fighter, Battle Damage, and Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter vehicles. And these are all Micro Machine, they're like really small figures. And it opens up the playset, which is what I was referencing. It kind of looks like probably this is maybe Starkiller, maybe, because of the red.
It's got the whole,
The red lighting that's iconic with all the Star Destroyer, Death Star, Empire panels. So we have that. And another one, the next one we have is a Millennium Falcon playset, and that opens up to be Jakku. And it comes with the First Order Flamethrower, Flame Trooper, microfigure. I keep saying flamethrower.
And I do too. That's going to be tough for us.
Flame Trooper.
We're going to call it a flamethrower trooper. It's inevitable. I mean, it's inevitable.
So that's a little playset for the Millennium Falcon.
And interestingly here too, in the picture from Entertainment Weekly, there's no red light.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be like one room or something. Where
or on
that
the
is,
floors or
but-
something.
Well, it's got the white lights on the floors.
Or the edge. I don't know.
I mean, who knows what's going on with any of these?
Where's what?
I think that they're just like releasing all these different concept things
To confuse
just
the shit out of us.
like, oh look, here's Finn with a lightsaber. Oh look, here's Finn with the blaster. Oh look, here's Star Killer base with white lights. Oh look, here's what could be a Star Killer base toy with red lights.
They're trying to confuse us. And they're doing a good job.
They are.
The next one we have is the it's an R2D2 playset. It comes with Chewbacca microfigure, First Order snow speeder vehicle. So this is obviously probably like the icy planet that we keep hearing about.
Well, and where we also saw Kylo Ren in the first teaser, right?
Right. Or at least it's snowing
Yeah.
at some point on this particular planet. We don't know if it's the whole thing is an ice planet or not.
Yeah, could just be winter.
Right.
Well, that would imply that there's an ice planet in the movie somewhere. That toy.
Or it could be like a winter setting, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, because with Star Wars, they tend to have like one climate planets.
Yeah, they don't really do seasons. It doesn't.
I would imagine that. I wonder if they're ever going to have a planet where there's different types of climate on that one whole planet.
Seasons don't exist in Star Wars.
They do,
except for
seasons
Disney
change.
Disney parks.
People change.
Hairstyles change.
And then we have another one, which is the First Order Stormtrooper playset. This opens up to be, it looks like also Jakku, and it comes with Poe Dameron microfigure and a First Order transporter vehicle. Yay. I will end up probably getting the Star Destroyer one. Yeah, I'll probably get the Star Destroyer one.
I don't imagine I'll be buying any.
I'm thinking I will. I don't know. Some more of the Micro Machine 3-packs. We have the Star Wars Rebels, the Inquisitor's Hunt, which comes with the Inquisitor's TIE Fighter, or the Inquisitor's ship. I forgot what the name of it.
It doesn't say it on there.
Mm-mm.
Did it have a specific name?
It's called the Inquisitor's Hunt.
Is that what the ship is called? Oh,
The playset, or the 3-pack, and it comes with the Phantom ship and the Ghost. If you're familiar with Star Wars Rebels. And the second one we have is the Episode 2 Clone Army Raid, which has Slave 1, or it's Jango Fett's spaceship, a Jedi fighter, and the Republic gunship. And the third one we have is Endor Force Battle. Comes with 2 speeders. One looks like Luke. The other one looks like a... All right, so we have the Micro Machines 3-packs. The first one is the Star Wars Rebels, the Inquisitor's Hunt, that has the Inquisitor's TIE Fighter ship, the Ghost ship, and the Phantom, which belong to Hera, the Ghost and the Phantom. Then the next one we have is Episode 2 Clone Army Raid, which has a Republic gunship. Slave 1, I believe, is what it's called. That's Jango Fett's ship, and the Jedi fighter.
Obi-Wan's.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's Jedi fighter. Then the third one we have is Episode 6, Endor Force Battle, and it's Luke on the speeder, a scout trooper on his bike, and we have one of those other walkers.
All-terrain scout transport. ATST.
Okay, yeah, it's an ATST walker. And then another place that we have is Episode 4, The Imperial Pursuit. that comes with the Star Destroyer, which has the tower.
Mm-hmm.
The
Princess Leia's ship.
what is it called? The
The
Blockade Runner.
Runner.
And a TIE Fighter. And another set that we have is Episode 5, The Battle of Hoth, which is an AT-AT Walker, the Probe Droid, and what are these called?
Like a snow speeder?
Yeah, Snow Speeder. Another one of the sets we have is the First Order Attacks, which looks really cool. It has that, it has Kylo Ren's ship.
Wasn't that Kylo Ren's the other one that wasn't black? Because this one's black.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's somebody's.
But I mean, I wonder if you're right. I wonder if...
I think the other one was white. Yeah, this one, his is white.
I wonder whose that is.
So we don't
Maybe it's Supreme Leader Snoke.
Could be. Or maybe it's Captain Phasma's. Maybe. Then we have a Resistance Blue X-Wing. And the
That creature from EW
was called a Lugabeast.
Oh, yeah. Atop a Lugga Beast.
Yeah. So he's the one that looks like half machine, half creature, maybe.
Just like Darth Vader.
And on top of that, we have Tito. The next one is called the Desert Invasion. And this set is specifically for the Force Awakens that I'm listing off right now. We have the Black X-Wing, which is Poe Dameron's, I believe. The Star Destroyer, which looks pretty...
It looks like it might be the one that's like buried in the desert of Jakku.
Right.
Because it looks really damaged.
Yeah. And then we have the TIE Fighter. The next one is a Speeder Chase. This one is... Oh, these are cool. I don't know the first two. They look like ships that haven't been introduced to us yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really say which ones they are.
Well, the first one kind of looks like a speeder bike, but like with a hood.
Oh, you know
Or
what?
like
Yeah, speeder with a hood. The other one kind of looks like a Jawa type of
transport.
But it's smaller. It is a speeder, and not.
Oh, you think that's a speeder?
Well, it's called a Speeder Chase.
Oh, I thought it was just because of her speeder.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they
And
were
then-
chasing her speeder.
And then we have Rey's speeder,
Her popsicle.
her popsicle, her fudge popsicle.
I don't want to see her fudge popsicle.
Why not?
I don't need to see that.
And then we have the First Order, First Order TIE Fighter Attacks. And that consists of the Millennium Falcon, 2 TIE Fighters, one that's damaged and looks like it's probably the one that Finn was,
From EW.
running next to. God, there's more fucking Micro Machines.
There's a lot of Micro Machines. There's a lot of toys for this movie.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a Micro Machines Deluxe coming out. I'm not gonna explain this because they're too small and they're
Well, and they're older toys too, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, that first one looks like it's the new series.
the First Order. I'm sorry,
But-
the Force Awakens. The second set is Episode 3, Droid Army Ambush,
And then episode 4.
is the Trench Run.
Yeah. So I mean, again, they're just kind of rehashing old
From the other trilogies. We have the 12-inch figures and vehicles. First Order Assault Walker and Riot Control Stormtrooper Sergeant. So he's on, looks like kind of like a version of a Walker that we've seen in
Didn't they have those like in the Clone Wars or something similar to those?
Yeah, it just looks. I think that they did.
I mean, they're just like they're just walkers.
They're walkers, but obviously they've changed the style quite a bit.
Yeah, they're like one-person walkers that are just made.
That would be fun to actually, like, if they had one in real life.
It's like a Segway with feet instead of wheels.
Yeah,
With wheels.
that would kind of be fun.
Yeah.
I hope someone makes one.
It kind of makes you think like it's probably feels like you'd be on a tauntaun.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I would think it kind of feels like you're riding on a
yeah.
tauntaun,
It
but
does
you're
look
standing
like-
instead of sitting.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Really? I'm so surprised.
I am. It's true. And another 12-inch figure and vehicle we have is Speeder Bike and Poe Dameron. So he's got his helmet on and his shield.
Well, it's a sandy planet. He
That's
needs to
cute.
protect himself.
That's cool. I like that. The 12-inch figures we have Chewbacca, the First Order Flame Trooper. There, I said it.
You did.
That's really fucking awesome.
Yeah, I really like their helmets.
Where am I going to put all this? More 12-inch figures we have is Finn on Jakku. Second one is Kylo Ren. The third one is a First Order Stormtrooper. And 4, I guess for good measure, or they're trying to get rid of the inventory, we have Darth Vader again from Episode 3.
Surprise! Everything old is new again.
I won't be getting Darth Vader, but I'll be getting these other ones. And these are 5-point articulation.
Well, do you already have
think.
that Darth Vader?
Yeah, from 2 waves ago. I do. Actually, I even bought... I'm not going to buy it this time, but I did buy this last one because it was packaged with Rebels on it. I'm so stupid. I don't know why I did that, but...
Because it was packaged with Rebels on it.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that anybody who collects it for that reason is stupid. It's just I probably could have held off on it, but I wanted to get anything Rebels related.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I achieved my goal. So another one we have is a 3.75-inch battle action Millennium Falcon, and it comes with 3 figures, so that's cool. It comes with Finn, BB-8, and Chewbacca.
And is this another Micro Machine or?
No, this is the bigger, the 3.75-inch. So it's going to be
Oh, so it's
the big machine. Oh no, wait a minute.
It looks like it's smaller.
It is, because it opens up and
Into like
it
a
opens
playset.
into a playset. So I don't know how big the actual ship is, like that big.
Ooh, that big! Wow.
Yeah. So I
So
talked about that.
It doesn't say how big the figures are, does it?
3.75.
Oh.
inches.
So it's probably a pretty good sized ship then. It's bigger
I'd
than a bread
imagine.
box.
Not yet. So another one we have is the Nerf Chewbacca's bowcaster. We've never had his. I don't think they've ever released his like bowcaster as a toy. I'm
Just
just
like I can look in my closet and see my Chewbacca probably. I can. Yeah, that Chewbacca, the 12-inch Chewbacca.
I don't think I bought it.
I didn't buy it either. It was for my birthday.
Oh, I think Michael got. I mean, Roderick got it for you.
No.
Who did?
It was there at the party.
Oh.
Roger got me the Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
So wait, Obi-Wan was probably 12 inches. This is probably bigger than 12 inches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are different.
This is 20 inches, yeah.
But that's not Hasbro. This is Jax.
And it's clearly not meant for me because it's for ages 3 and up.
You're up.
I'm not up.
Uh-huh.
No.
Well, this is Hasbro. I'm talking about the line.
Oh, Jack's Pacific.
So we have Chewbacca's bowcaster, deluxe blaster, and first order stormtrooper blaster. So there's a difference with the style of the blasters. And on to...
And will you be getting the blasters, Mac?
I actually probably will, because I'll probably want to paint them, do something different with them.
Put flowers on them.
Put flowers or...
Glitter.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to have a glitter blaster. And like... Well, with those Nerf ones, they actually like shoot those little soft darts or whatever. You could like cover those soft darts in glitter.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hit you, the glitter would probably come off. So you would be like literally shot with glitter. That would be fun.
Well,
That would be
Carrie
really
Fisher,
fun.
well, she doesn't shoot glitter, but I think
Does she shoot glitter?
No, she sprinkles glitter on, or she throws glitter at the audience.
Does she?
Yeah.
She's so random.
So I think that is I think that's it for the actual catalog. Oh, no, I lied. Shit, there's a lot of stuff. So we have the battle action, the Star Wars battle action Millennium Falcon. So this is a big Millennium Falcon, and it has Nerf.
It could be really
darts.
small. That could be just a really small child holding it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Then we have a 3.75 TIE fighter vehicle with the trooper. First Order Special
Was
Forces.
the Trooper the 3.75?
The other one?
No.
Yeah.
This one. The
This
Trooper
one is 3.75.
So
yeah, and
the TIE Fighter is big enough to hold a 3.7. I mean,
right.
yeah.
So the vehicles come with a 3.75 figure, Special Forces TIE Fighter, and TIE Fighter Pilot. That's really
Not Poe
nice.
Dameron.
Mm-hmm. The next one is Poe's X-Wing Fighter and Poe Dameron.
Is this new? Like, I don't remember seeing this before.
I think I skipped over this.
Oh, okay. I'm like, because weren't we just talking earlier about, like, if there was a 3.75 figures TIE
Mhm.
Fighter, that'd be cool, and now that's there.
Oh, I was talking about the X-Wing.
I'm sorry, the X-Wing. That's it right there.
Yeah, but for the blue one.
Oh,
it only
the blue
comes
one.
in black.
Oh, my bad.
From what I'd seen. So we have that. And the next one is First Order Elite Speeder Bike and Stormtrooper, which is the trooper it's black with a red marking on the chest plate.
Yeah, like the
piece.
left side.
Yeah, that's really cool too. Then we have the First Order Snow Speeder and Stormtrooper, an officer, and a gentleman.
I talked about that movie last week. That's funny.
Did you?
I did.
So that's, the Snow Trooper. Next one we have of the 3.75 vehicle and figures is Desert Land Speeder and Finn, Jakku.
So that looks like that other land speeder that we were looking at in the speeder chase.
Right, okay. So
it's Finn's speeder.
That's probably what it is. And Michael, what do you notice about this version of Finn?
Well, he's in all black, and he's holding another blaster, and he's got, looks like sand all over him.
Yeah. At first I thought it was like...
But he's wearing the same shoes. So clearly he only has one pair of shoes, but multiple outfits.
A pair of whitish, off-white sneakers. Yeah, at first when I saw this, I thought, that's an interesting design. Or
yeah, I mean, it looks like it could have been bleached or something,
Yeah.
like
Kinda
accidentally or...
Yeah.
Well, it reminds you of...
Oh, like bleach. Kind of like bleach. Or
yeah.
like, I want to say tie-dye, but not really tie-dye.
But that kind of effect.
Yeah.
A tie-dye effect.
Like he spilled some bleach on his shoulder, and then oops, it got on my crotch, and then oops, it got on my knees.
Well, it spilled on the floor, and then when he went down to clean the floor, he got his knee in it.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and that's how these things usually go.
This one I'm excited about. Ray Speeder with Ray. I wonder if it comes with a stand. Because remember, it's like...
It's probably like flat enough on the bottom, or it's probably going to be like lopsided-ish. Like the front part probably is going to be higher than the back part, which probably will touch the ground. But I'm sure it won't have a stand. They usually didn't come with stands like those kinds of toys.
Well, this one it's a hover. So either you're going to end up
hovering like you holding it above the ground.
But when but when you want to place it or display it, are you going to lay it on the side?
I don't know.
So even though it looks like a fudge popsicle, I'm still going to get it. I like it. I like the design of it.
Well, and you just like Ray in general.
I do. And then we have the First Order Assault Walker and Stormtrooper Sergeant, which is the one that we had talked about in, I think it was a 12-inch also.
So they call it an Assault Walker.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
We weren't sure of the name.
And the third one, Star Wars Rebels Y-Wing Scout Bomber and Kanan Jarrus.
Oh.
Which is cool. This is probably from the next season, obviously. Oh, how cute. All right, so that's it with the 3.75 vehicles and figures. Then we have the 3.75 figure packs, which are it's a 2-pack set.
Mm-hmm.
2 figures in a pack.
2 toys for the price of 1.5.
Yeah, they're usually like $10, $12.
Yeah, which normally I think they're like $6 each.
Yeah.
So
Duh. Here we have Star Wars Rebels, Garazeb Aurelius, and Chopper together.
Good time.
Yeah, those are cool toys. And then we have BB-8, Unkar's Thug, and Jakku Scavenger. So maybe that's not Tito.
It said Tito in Entertainment Weekly.
I know, but I guess he's a scavenger. I don't know if they had the name by then or...
Maybe that's who's like raised Ray.
So the interesting thing is that, this is going to have 3, obviously, because BB-8's going to be the third toy.
There are 3 in there. I didn't notice. I thought there was just the 2. So what is it again? BB-8, Unkar's Thug. What? Yeah, I wonder which is which. That's the guy that we saw with like the chanclas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the characters from this pack. Yeah, looks like he has chanclas. And for those of you who don't know what chanclas are, they're sandals.
Sandals.
And another
for
one.
those of you that know what chanclas are, you've probably been hit by one.
Or used to walk around with them. Then we have Han and Leia from Episode 4. Looks total repack.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have C-3PO and R2-D2 from The Force Awakens. This is cool. The pictures, I guess they're on the planet where it's snowing. And he's got his lobster arm. Another one is Episode 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Clone Commander Cody. So I'd imagine that these are repacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah. Episode 8 is Obi-Wan... I'm sorry, Episode 3... Episode 8. Episode 8, Anakin Skywalker and Jody.
That's a big spoiler. Anakin and Yoda are going to be in episode 8.
As it hits the interwebs. They said. We have Star Wars Rebels, Darth Vader, and Ahsoka Tano. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, I never got into Clone Wars when it was on, so I never bought any of the toys.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have anything with Ahsoka, so I'll definitely want to buy that.
Yeah, she's a cool character. The only thing I'm a little disappointed with is that I wish they had more Rebels toys. I think they're probably going to end up coming out with the next wave.
I'm sure they'll be separate, yeah.
So then we have 3.75 armor up figures.
These are what we were looking at before.
Yeah.
So the armor up, that implies then you could put this armor on them.
Yeah, that's what I would gather. And I wonder if these are going to be in the movie also.
I don't know. I mean, that looks like Luke from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, yeah, and he doesn't wear it. So maybe these are just like, I don't know, you kind of like get to dress them up if you want.
All over their body.
Yeah. First one we have is Finn. The next one is Luke.
These are how big again?
3.75.
Okay.
Oops.
Normal action figure size.
Yeah. So we have Finn, and then episode 6, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Poe Dameron, First Order Flame Trooper. Shit, that's gonna be a hard one for me to get used to saying them.
Add it to the list of things that are difficult. A Star Wars story.
The next one we have is a First Order Stormtrooper. Episode 5. Jeez. Episode 5, Boba Fett, and my boyfriend, Kylo Ren.
So
and this one, he doesn't have his hood on.
No, so you can kind of see his whole helmet shape.
Yeah.
So since they're doing older series toys, is that episode 7 Chewbacca, or is that an old Chewbacca that they have laying around
Well,
in storage? Let's repackage it as episode 7.
it might be. It might be new, or it might be a repack.
It doesn't say down there? Oh.
No, it doesn't say. The next one we have another set, which is 3.75, build a weapon figure.
Do you add it to the weapon that they have, or do you build the weapon after you collect all of them?
I don't know. It doesn't really say.
Random.
But we have the First Order Stormtrooper. We have Rey, Darth Vader from Episode 5, the Flame Trooper, Finn, and Constable Zuvio.
Oh, they gave him... Okay, now we know his name.
Yeah. I totally skipped over this the other time.
No, we talked about that yesterday. We just didn't know.
Oh, okay.
We didn't know what his name was.
And he looks like Embo from the Clone Wars.
Because that's what you were saying.
Yeah, his helmet looks a lot like Embo's.
But so now, okay, so we just had a dress you up First Order Stormtrooper and now a build your own weapon First Order Stormtrooper. How many different First Order action figure Stormtroopers are we going to be
They're probably
presented with?
A lot.
I mean, because it's probably the same one.
Yeah, but just like
different packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
They want your money. They want my money.
Yeah, they want your money. 'Cause I'm not going to be buying all of these.
May. Oh shit! Episode 5.
May the Force be with you.
Luke Skywalker. I have another version of Kylo Ren with his hood up.
Oh, that's like Dagobah Luke.
Yeah.
/ Bespin Luke.
And then we have Captain Phasma.
Nice.
Which we had seen another picture of her, and we were saying that she doesn't look silver. She looks pearl, like a pearl color.
Yeah, well, it almost looked like it was like clear plastic on top of silver plastic.
Yeah.
You know,
it
had like a weird effect to it. And maybe that was just the picture.
Maybe.
Because that one right there looks a little bit more
silvery. Yeah, I guess because it was on a white background.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to end up taking it off anyway. Of course I'm going to buy Captain Phasma.
Yeah, of course.
I don't care what her outfit looks like.
So we have a Resistance Trooper.
A what?
Resistance Trooper.
Oh, like a rebel fighter? Is that what they're called?
That's
Resistance Troopers?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that looks like all the action figures that we have so far. The Star Wars Blade Builders lightsaber. We have Kylo Ren's.
So I'm still confused. Blade Builder, like you're going to...
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So this one is extendable.
Okay, like the old school ones where like you push the button and it shut out.
Yeah, and you like have to fling it to kind of...
Well, no, I have that one that you push the button and it does it automatically. And then, yeah, they have the other ones where you push the button and it releases.
Oh.
And then you have to like swing it and then it flies out.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is Kylo Ren. Oh, that's cool. Look, you can see how his blade is built.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very like wires and shit are on the outside.
Well, he didn't have that robot man from the Clone Wars. I forget his name.
I forgot his
To
name.
show him how to build a lightsaber.
Poor Kylo. And then we have Luke Skywalker's, Anakin Skywalker's, and Darth Vader's lightsabers.
We've never seen
Shocker.
those before.
I know. Then we have the electronic lightsabers, which is really cool.
Because those will light up, I guess.
Yeah.
And probably make noise.
Yeah. So this is interesting. Okay, so we have the Kylo Ren's lightsaber on the sides, the two on the sides, and then one in the middle. It comes with this. It says light dagger, does not light up. A light dagger, is that separate? Do you think that's another weapon that he might have?
It's implied, yeah.
That's fucking badass.
So he's going to have a lightsaber and a mini lightsaber.
Oh, that's awesome.
Interesting.
And actually, those look like the thing of M&Ms, and they have a little attachment at the top of the lightsaber.
And maybe then they just had a whole bunch of those left over from M&Ms, and so they just bought them, and they decided to make a mini light dagger.
I hope that he has a light dagger, and especially how his lightsaber looks real messy and.
Yeah, but I don't know what you would do with the light
dagger.
Like normally, like a dagger, like you would kind of keep for close protection, or you would like throw it.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine you wanting to throw your light dagger at somebody.
But he can take it back with his force.
He may not have the force, or maybe he saw A New Hope and he's like, "I'm gonna be just like Vader," but it didn't work.
We also have the Episode 6 Luke Skywalker lightsaber, Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course Episode 4 Darth Vader.
And I like that for the art for Obi-Wan Kenobi, they put Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And we come to the Star Wars Blade Builder lightsabers. So you basically buy all these different pieces, or there's different combinations. These are fucking weird.
Some of those aren't even lightsabers. I mean, that's like a pitchfork. Lightsaber.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you just kind of make your own.
It looks weird, right?
It's a hodgepodge of different things, and you just kind of make it. That's interesting. I mean, it's interactive with the fans. Kind of gets you more involved in. I'm gonna make my own lightsaber.
Like, I wouldn't buy this,
no,
but if someone bought it for me, I would keep it.
Yeah, but I mean, if like you had a kid or something like that, it'd be fun for you and your kid to do together.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know,
the pitchfork.
That's a fucking pitchfork right there. Which would totally kill you because the bottom part that you hold onto is the lightsaber.
Well, there's a little.
And I see the little light daggers at the top. I mean,
you'd have to like this. You'd have to handle,
as like you're walking and you're dragging it, and it's just like digging a hole in the ground, like a straight line in the ground.
Yeah. So we have the I want to say Build-A-Bears. Build-A-Bear lightsaber.
Isn't it the same thing?
Blade Builders lightsaber. Fuck! I am having so much problems saying some of these
tongue twisters
names. Yeah. And yay, the masks. I love masks.
You do love masks.
So we have Chewbacca.
I would do my Chewbacca voice, but I don't know how to do it, so.
I would do it, but I don't want to do it.
Well, you do it, and I'll say that I did it.
No. Although, at one of my shows, Jess was screaming. It was a different type of a scream, and I said, "You sound like Chewbacca."
Oh.
So, but she laughs. We think it's funny. But this one is an electronic mask. Huh?
She's like, "Thanks, bitch." An electronic mask.
Electronic Chewbacca mask. So like the mouth opens and it makes his noise or howl, whatever he does.
That's weird. I mean, when you want to like open the mouth, when you open the mouth, open your mouth.
Yeah, when you open your mouth, it opens and it.
Oh, and it makes
his sound. And then we have
two Kylo Rens.
Two Kylo Ren.
What's up with that?
One's electronic, so obviously it's a electronic voice changer mask. So apparently he's gonna have
an effect on his voice.
Yeah, and then the other two, we have a Kylo Ren mask, which are the plastic ones, and a stormtrooper, first order stormtrooper. I am buying those. So that was it for the Hasbro catalog, or at least what I had seen so far. No, we have I guess it's called ANA Airlines.
ANA Airlines.
Yeah, Airways Airlines. It's a Japanese airline.
Yeah, I guess it's ANA, All Nippon Airways.
Okay.
And Nippon is Japan.
They're coming out with Star Wars designed airplanes.
Yeah.
We have
I guess there's two
R2D2,
designs.
R2D2 and BB-8. R2D2 kind of like looks like a lightsaber, but
I thought you said he looked like something else.
it looks like a dildo. I think that's weird.
He
but-
does look kind of like a dildo. But he looks like R2D2.
Yeah, like he has like a blue tip.
Like the
No.
nose cone
Yeah,
on the plane is
like that goes by
blue.
the no bits.
No. His no bits are probably down over by the wings.
No, for the toy, the vibrator. Never mind.
The dirty bit.
Yeah. And then we have BB-8, which looks cute. I like the BB-8 one better, personally.
I like that they're orange and blue. Florida Gators. I like that. And so, okay, the artwork is nice. And these look like the real planes.
Yeah.
So I wonder if these are just artwork or if these are
No, I
actually
think-
have already been done.
These look like these are real,
I mean, they look like planes that have.
been made, and they're flying, and they're...
And I wonder how many there are. Oh, first flights are in October.
Yeah, and they're going to show, like, all of the movies, all 6 of them. On the
Oh, and I guess it's only going to be for 5 years. The outsides of the jets will be adorned with characters. Oh, so that's a different BB-8.
Right.
So it says A Boeing 787, A Boeing 767, and A Boeing 777. So it's just going to be those 3 planes.
Oh, okay. So what if you're like, you want to ride or to fly a specific one? I mean, are you just kind of...
Well, I assume that they're going to be only going... The same plane is going to travel because Eva Airlines has their Hello Kitty flights.
Mm-hmm.
And it says each plane has a specific route that it flies.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one from Houston to Taiwan,
Okay.
and it's that plane that flies that only.
Gotcha.
So I assume if you want the BB-8, you just take a flight from wherever. So it's going to be between routes and Japan and North America.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to go to Japan now to fly one of the...
Well, you've got plenty of time because apparently only the R2D2 one is going to be in operation this fall. The R2D2 and BB-8 plane. So there's 3. One that's R2D2, one that's BB-8, and one that's R2D2 and BB-8.
Together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the R2D2 one will be going off this fall. The R2D2 and BB-8 is in November, and then the BB-8 one is going to be next spring.
Ah, cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
And they're going to have Star Wars napkins and I think cups. I think I read that
Mm-hmm.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's cute. That's a nice...
Additional swag includes the likeness of characters from the movies on cups and napkins. That's like more than 12 hours worth of movies. Like, how long does it take to fly
12
from like
hours.
LA
No, I don't.
to Tokyo? I'm sure it's going to be like LA to Tokyo, New York to Tokyo, and I don't know, Chicago to Tokyo. I don't know where their hubs are.
Well, that'll be cute. There were 2 magazines that came out.
Well, one magazine.
One magazine, but 2 different covers. It's Empire Magazine, which is in the UK.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie magazine.
Yeah. So I was on makingstarwars.net, and they had pointed out about this particular magazine.
Well, it's a fold-out cover.
Right.
So when you look at the cover, you don't see anything odd.
Right. So on the front is Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, General Hux,
And on the other one is
And-
Rey, Poe Dameron,
and Finn. So on the one with Kylo Ren, the fold out on the right side, we see the Empire stormtroopers, and they had asked why, what was that about, and that's what Lucasfilm had sent. So that kind of raises some questions if we're going to be seeing
The Empire Striking Back.
Are we going to see the Empire stormtroopers in The Force Awakens?
Well, and then so I kind of caught you listening to the AMC Jedi Council
Mm-hmm.
podcast.
Yeah.
And they were speculating or
That
The-
maybe
possibly there are different branches.
of the Empire.
Yeah.
So they could still,
Be around.
yeah.
And the First Order is just its own. They're all kind of acting autonomously, maybe. Although this would imply that they're not acting individually because they're with General Hux and Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm. That's obviously, yeah.
And it is the First Order TIE fighter
Right.
that is taking off near them.
So that's interesting. I wonder what that's about.
All will
We'll
be
find
revealed,
out.
Cal. All will be revealed.
And did you want to talk about Rogue One?
So, yeah, according to the Daily Mail yesterday, they're going to digitally recreate Peter Cushing from Episode 4, make a digital character so that Grand Moff Tarkin is in Rogue One, I guess, versus casting a new character. It says that he will be painstakingly brought back to life using the latest computer-generated imagery techniques. A source told the Mail on Sunday, "This is one of the most complex and costly CGI recreations ever. Cushing is a pivotal plot line, as he was the one to create Darth Vader, and there's a whole backstory that will come out." Which, see, that doesn't really sound trustworthy.
What did the last part say?
He was the one to create Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But anyhow. And then there's that bit about how, I guess, Peter Cushing wasn't fond of the boots that they were made to wear in Episode 4, and so they let him film his scenes either barefoot or in slippers. So as a result of that, and this is something I never noticed and something I probably never would have noticed, he's never shown, they never show his feet and his legs. It's always like...
From the waist up?
I don't know. I guess from the knees up. Yeah, he's always shown from the knees up in Episode 4. So
I never noticed that.
So that's interesting. But yeah, it'll be
Pivotal.
nice. I like, I don't know what you think about that. I mean, I like that it's going to be a digital version of him versus casting someone totally different.
I mean, if it works. And I guess so for...
Well, they did that in
because
Tron Legacy.
Huh?
You saw Tron Legacy, didn't you?
Yeah.
In the very beginning of the movie when the boy is young,
Mm-hmm.
they did a digital... Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Jeff Bridges, thank you. In his 20s or late 20s, early 30s-ish.
Right.
And, you know...
It worked. It looked real.
It looked good. I mean, yeah, it didn't look real. But, I mean,
from what I remember it.
And that was
bought
maybe
it.
5 years ago. So, I mean, surely they could do better now.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting. And I guess it would make sense if they really needed to have him in there for the story.
Well, he's probably where the Death Star plans are kept. So I'm sure he's going to be involved. And he was the one looking for the rebels that had the Death Star plans.
Right.
So it just makes sense that that Grand Moff Tarkin.
And then also, because the next movie is supposed to be Episode 4.
Yeah.
And we see him again. So it would make sense that they would want to have a digital version or have him, his face.
Yeah. Which then, I guess, if you think about that, it makes it seem even more likely that Darth Vader would feature in Rogue One, since every scene Grand Moff Tarkin was in, Darth Vader was there, wasn't he?
Pretty much. Yeah, in Episode 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't they call Vader his lapdog?
Yeah.
So
he gave him a lap dance.
Yes, all night long. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, surely that's not been reported, but anything's possible.
Yeah. It's an interesting story, nonetheless.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so this is a special segment of our podcast that I had wanted to use to introduce and feature Star Wars fan artists. So for the past few years, I started taking notice of Star Wars fan art, like on DeviantArt, Instagram, Etsy, Society7, other social media outlets. And as an artist myself, I really admire and enjoy seeing artists' interpretation and styles of various Star Wars characters. And when The Force Awakens teaser came out the Friday after Thanksgiving, which would have been November 28th, 2014, just the teaser alone introduced 5 new characters without any names. We didn't have anything, just visuals. And shortly after, I saw a flood of Star Wars fan art. And for me, the hunt began. So I was looking everywhere. And I had gone to Etsy and I found one specific artist who had a very unique style and art form. And his name is Randy Walker. His artwork is watercolor and pen, and he specializes in the Kenner Star Wars original trilogy. The style, like the card back in the 70s and 80s, and with his interpretation of the classic Star Wars action figures. So I was looking everywhere for BB-8 because obviously he's one of my favorite characters. I fell in love with him as soon as I saw him. And so it was around December when I purchased this one, and at that time we didn't know his name, and he was known as the soccer ball droid.
But among fans?
Yeah. Well, because he looks like a soccer ball, and
he's a
droid. So I went ahead and bought that right away, and shortly after I got that little punch card
Oh, okay.
So if you purchased 4, you get a loose action figure, and meaning that you get a loose painting
Yeah.
action figure style. And after I saw his work, and then I started going and looking for some of his other work, and I noticed that he had done a rogue stormtrooper. And the first Force Awakens teaser, the first character we see is, as we know, is Finn. But back then we didn't know. So he titled it as Rogue Stormtrooper.
It's an appropriate name.
It is. It is.
From what we know so far.
Right. And then shortly after, I got the X-Wing pilot, who we see screaming or yelling with excitement in the first teaser. I don't recall exactly when these names started being revealed, but shortly afterwards, he had like so many already made, and he asked if I wanted the names changed, and I told him no, because, you know, it's a form of documenting.
You would like make new ones or fix these?
No, just fix the names or change the names.
Like get a sticker put on them or something?
No, he would have painted that in.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you'd send it back and he would repaint the name?
No, this is before he sent it.
Oh, okay.
He asked me if I wanted the name change, and I said no, because that's a way of documenting that of the time. That's part of the art. That's what we knew then, and like you had said,
it makes them kind of like in the old days, if there was a mistake on something, it made it more collectible.
Right.
Yeah.
And even with art, if there's any type of mistake, you know, it makes it somewhat valuable when that happens. So then I had been purchasing, you know, several, maybe like once, twice a month. And I'm going to touch on just some of my few favorites. There's quite a few favorites that I have, but just
I think it's all of them.
No. And then also the Stormtrooper. So there were 5 characters that were introduced in the first teaser, but I think at the time he only had 4, and the 4th one I got was a Stormtrooper, which we did not know if that was, well, we assumed that it was the Empire Stormtrooper, which we later found out was a First Order. And this is our first time seeing the different styles. Their helmets had been leaked several months prior, but this was our first official viewing of them, was in the teaser.
I find it's interesting that some of them say Kenner on them and some of them don't.
Maybe he missed that, but that's even better, because that's a part of the art.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't
realize that until just now.
Well, I think it's just those 2.
Yeah, it's just Rogue Stormtrooper and X-Wing pilot.
Yeah, so if I had them, then even better. Because I think the other ones had Kenner on them. But it's really cute, because they have Toys R Us stickers and Kmart stickers, KB.
Well, they're painted to look like stickers, yeah.
Yeah. So they're really awesome. So that was my first set, and then some concept art had leaked on the interwebs, and one of them was the Snow Trooper, which we got to see, you know, these badass helmets, and he had one of those up, or I think he had asked me, since I've been a really good customer, you know, I kind of got.
But you guys have become friendly.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really cool. So yeah, the Snow Trooper I got, and then the Kylo Ren leaked concept art was kind of floating around, and that's when we saw his Vader-like helmet, and appropriately the action figure that he made looked very much like the old school Vader with the vinyl cape and the lightsaber.
Well, the Snow Trooper has like a vinyl cape on too.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah,
I love him. So, and by that time, we already knew Kylo Ren's name, but I don't think that we had seen him officially shown yet until Star Wars Celebration. I actually asked him for Captain Phasma and asked him what he can do with Darth Vader, because we only saw the helmet. And he made this really, really cool Vader helmet card back, and the loose figure was the helmet and like
melted
and an arm piece and all the
non-organic bits.
Yeah, it's all at the bottom, so it's the majority of the figure.
The case is like empty.
Yeah, it's empty. It's really cute. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice that there are no bones in there to make it like all maudlin.
Well, it could be a part of the ashes.
I don't know if there are ashes in there.
Yeah, there's little ashes and a lightsaber that's
I didn't see
in
the
there. See
lightsaber
it?
before.
It's on the left.
Yeah, I see
on
it
the right.
now.
You're right, my left.
Both of our rights.
And then, of course, after that, I had wanted Captain Phasma. And around this time, this is when the Vanity Fair
Article
and the photo shoot came out. He had actually used the Captain Phasma from Vanity Fair as the picture to go by, or the picture to paint.
Inspiration.
So Captain Phasma also has a vinyl cape, which looks really awesome, and she's got a KB sticker painted on it on the card back. And we had also seen MaxXandaux's
Den of whatever.
pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones that stuck out to me was the red helmet character with the red outfit. Looks really, really badass. So we went ahead and named that pirate. So that's one of my favorites as well, because I tend to like obscure characters. That's even when collecting real Star Wars action figures. I tend to go for the characters that look unique. They tend to be background characters.
Well, but you always go for the baddies first.
Right. And then I go for the obscure characters because I feel obscure in some cases. And I have a lot more. The next step is just to get these framed and put them up probably in a grid. That'll probably go in our living room.
I don't think we have in the wall space.
Yes, we do.
You've got more than I think we have walls for.
No, we have plenty of wall space. And then shortly after the video at San Diego Comic-Con came out, it was a behind-the-scenes video, and we got to see more characters. And two of them that I really wanted to get an art piece of from Randy was the little green fuzzy character that we saw with standing next to Warwick Davis. And I posted that on Instagram and said, "Hey, Randy, we need to. I want to get this one." And so he made one for me, and he asked me what the name should be, and I figured we should do something really silly and name it something very odd. So I said, "Well, what about Laverne?" And I kind of joked about it, but I was serious, and he agreed. He liked the name.
Went with it.
Yeah. So that actually went on Instagram as Laverne, and a little story behind that is that he is friends with another artist who is
his married
wife,
or partnered with someone.
His wife is the Gonk droid, and I guess she had been keeping it under wraps, and of course the cat was out of the bag, and she was shown in the behind-the-scenes footage. And so I think the name Laverne ended up getting back to Warwick Davis. He kind of runs through like a Star Wars Club Kid character. Fuzzy head, goggles. I might do that look.
He's very birdy.
Yeah. I bet yeah, kind of. Like a furry bird.
I mean, he looks kind of like a mercenary, like, a bounty hunter.
Could be. And then another character that I really liked, who was a bit chic. Actually, she's quite chic. Jester looking. She's the one that's kneeling, or she's kind of lounging up against this big character.
Creature.
Yeah, we don't know much about him. We don't know anything about him, but all I know is that she's fabulous and she's leaning up against him. So she was another one that I wanted, and he did that one for me, and he asked me, what should we name her? Actually, he says what about Gail? He asked, what about Gail?
He came up with Gail.
And I said, well, what about Gaylord? Gail she was christened with, and Gail is who she is.
Just plain Gail.
So I really, really, really enjoy his work. There's a very unique style to it.
Then when you look really examine it up
There's
close,
a lot of detail.
It's painted, and it's really, what did you say it was, watercolor?
It's watercolor.
Yeah, I mean, they're really detailed, and they're really, really nice.
So I feel that I've made a good investment. I feel that I made a great investment.
And you made a good friend, because what else did he do for you?
Oh, so one of my dreams is always to have been a Star Wars action figure. And I tend to get inspiration from some of the outfits that have been shown in various Star Wars comics or
in Star Wars universe.
Yeah. One of the characters, obviously, that I've gravitated towards are the Night Sisters. Hello.
Imagine that.
So one of my outfits, I have this long, beautiful spandex dress. It's red. And when I've done the performance, I always kind of feel like I've been a Night Sister, kind of like putting a spell on
the audience.
Yeah. And I've performed that to my song Neek Invisible Parallelogram. I had done a show at F Bar in March, and I had used a different variation of the costume. And one of the pieces I had was a pointy shoulder top,
yeah,
red vinyl and red corset, and had red thigh highs and boots underneath it, and that was very reminiscent of the Crimson Empire. The Crimson Empire. Anybody who's an EU fan will know what that is.
A what fan?
Extended universe.
Oh,
the stuff that's not canon anymore. Non-canon.
It could be canon though.
It could be, but they have really badass outfits. It's the guards.
Yeah, the Crimson Guard.
Yeah. So I liked the combination of all that, and I'd sent him a picture, and I asked him if he could make me into some sort of Sith witch Night Sister, and he did this fucking badass piece. And I have a red lightsaber, and I have this green Force-like energy, coming out of my left hand.
And it's funny too because it kind of reminds me of like the Princess Leia from Episode 4, because she was like in a dress throughout the whole movie, but she's got pants as the toy.
Oh yeah,
with the cape.
Yeah,
and you've got a dress, but your toy is like pants.
Yeah. Well, I had actually sent him that picture where it was that outfit, so he used that as my figure.
Oh,
and
I thought he was just doing that.
No, and I have these like cute little heels on my boots. It's very awesome, and I have a red lightsaber as a part of my action figure. So,
as you should.
Yeah. So
now
I'm a Star Wars character, a Star Wars action figure.
You're a part of the Star Wars story.
Yes, I'm canon.
I really like the pirate. It's nice.
Yeah.
I just looked at the original picture and I didn't realize I'd never seen it before. It's a really interesting character.
Yeah, and he actually makes.
I guess his mouth.
He has a electronic voice too, which is really cool.
Oh.
Sounds very Star Wars.
And Captain Phasma's making duck face.
Yeah, she gives great duck face.
She sure do.
So I'm going to be posting these pictures on our Instagram at Dathomir Nights. You will be able to see that link on the our YouTube channel in the description, and you can also just go online and check them out. But I'll group these together and also provide Randy's Etsy page information, so you can go and check out more of his work. He's a great artist. He's very, very creative.
Yeah.
And hope you guys enjoy him. Thank you for listening, and we will...
It's been fun.
Yes. Come back and visit us next week, and thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.